guys. I want to take a few minutes today and kind of highlight a little bit of the language of horse. You've heard me kind of express and kind of talk about before, like, horses are not humans. We need to get into reading them, learning their language, what it means to them, and not to take it and make it a human term or a human meaning. All of us are really attracted to horses. We love being with them. A lot of times, if we've had a stressful work day or a stressful event, we look forward to being with our horses because they're not humans. So let's try to make sure that we keep them as humans. So we're down here in our pasture. These are all horses that have been rescued or born here at the ranch. And so we're just going to kind of highlight a few different things to look out for when you're around your horse. So this will apply if you're coming down in the pasture, if you're working with your horse, if you're out trail riding. You'll notice you don't hear anything, right? The horses aren't speaking, they're not neighing, they're not carrying on. However, there's several conversations going on with the horses. Horses speak with energy. They speak awareness. There's a lot of intent that goes on with horses. So us as humans, we rely on speaking, right? Hi, how are you? Yes, I'm good. All these different things. But horses relay that communication through their body. So a lot of what you can really want to pay attention to, where's their head at? Where are their ears at? Where are their eyes looking? Those are all the telltale signs of how they communicate to each other. So I was listening to a really interesting Warwick Schiller video this morning, and he was highlighting the same thing. Horses, if there's, let's say, some stranger danger is happening, you won't hear a horse yell over to another horse. Horses are in tune with energy. They're in tune with awareness. So if one horse picks up his head and his ears are straight forward and it's looking in a direction, the other horses will pick up on that. And so when we are trying to communicate and work with our horses, those subtleties is what we need to be working towards. And so we can really learn so much from the way horses communicate. So we're going to kind of walk around the pasture a little. We're going to try to highlight a few different things. Like I was talking about, especially the ears is a really telltale sign of where the horses are. Flicka is trying to eat our cameraman right now, so she definitely is in a very playful mood. So ears forward, they're alert, they're what's going on, that maybe they hear something, they're paying attention to something. Ears kind of just to the side, in between is a good neutral. It's just kind of a very they're having a great Sunday afternoon, not a whole lot is going on. Ears pinned straight back is an indication that they're annoyed, they want room, they want either another horse to move away or whatever the situation is, or they're being maybe even protective. They're being protective of their baby, they're being protective of their food, whatever that is. And so those are just a few little key things to kind of look out for and pay attention to. Also, a lot is their eye. What is their eye on? Let's say if you're doing some training and they're going through the motion, but their eye is out looking at something else. Well, their brain's not engaged with really what's going on. So you need to change up the training or whatever it is in order to kind of get their attention back to you. So these are all the little subtleties of how horses communicate. It's such a beautiful language. It really is. If you get the chance to just sit and watch horses down here in the pasture or interacting with different stuff, they really communicate a lot. Again, they don't communicate like us humans, but their subtlety is just a beautiful, beautiful language. So we're going to kind of walk around and see some of the other horses and how they're interacting, what it means, and just hope that can kind of help you guys in your horsemanship and also in being safe. A lot of times horses indicate that they are not okay with something, and us as humans think we can just say, oh, you're fine. So really learning the language of a horse can really help in safety as well. And we're really big on safety here at the ranch. We want everyone to have a great experience, including our horses too. So we want to respect what they're trying to say to us. So, all right, join us as we walk around the pasture a little bit. All right, so here are two of our youngsters. We've got Luke and Durango here. Luke was rescued when he was 2 months old, headed to slaughter. And Durango's one of our little oops babies. So you can see these two are playing and they're biting and they're chewing on each other, and they're just being boys. So just as if we have a dog, it's important for dogs because they're pack animals to get out and play. It's the same with our young horses. So sometimes as you're bringing up a young horse, you'll notice they start getting a little nippy, and they're kind of pushing their boundaries, different stuff like that. And all of that is an indication that they need playtime. Horses need playtime. So you can see all these horses love to play. Sometimes you'll get the really beautiful rearing up and pawing and all this kind of stuff. And this isn't horses, as you can see, this isn't horses being mean to each other, but it's play. Kind of like if you have two dogs that are playing chase and they're running around each other and they grab each other by the collar and they go down and they go up and all this kind of stuff. The play behavior is so important for them. So if you have the opportunity to be able to turn your horse out with other horses, it's really healthy for them. We are really big on that here at the ranch. We do a lot of work with our babies so that they don't get nippy or bite or anything like that. But just kind of keep that in mind. If you've got a younger horse, if it's kept in a stall a lot, like you see them chewing, you see them just kind of nippy and different things like that, it's natural for them to do that. That's all part of play for them. So you kind of just want to keep that in mind with some of your younger horses. So we'll go see if we can't find some other behaviors in here today.